Back to follow-up segment tonight, assessing the commander-in-chief, President Barack Obama. According to a survey done by the Military Times, he's not very popular. Newspaper asked 2,300 active duty service members to answer the following questions. Do you approve or disapprove of the way President Obama is handling his job as commander-in-chief? Just 15% approve, 55% disapprove. 2009, 35% approved, 40% disapproved. Second question, my quality of life in the military is good or excellent. Just 56% of military folks say, yeah, it's good or excellent. That's down from 91% when President Obama first took office in 2009. That's stunning. Finally, military health care, is it good or excellent? 45% say yes, it is. That's down from 78% when the president took office in 2009. Just now from Boston, Colonel David Hunt, and from Washington, Lieutenant Colonel Tony Shaffer. Colonel Shaffer, is this a big surprise to you, this survey?
No, it's not, unfortunately. I think this has been a trend, and one which is, as you note in the numbers, measurable. These numbers have gotten worse every year.
Why?
And well, there's two reasons. First, leadership, the L word. As much as President Lincoln, during his reign, and President Obama has compared him to President Lincoln a number of times, Lincoln fired people, but he fired people for not performing. This president's fired people for telling him the truth. General Mattis, the Central Command, General Mike Flynn, Director of DIA, and Chuck Hagel for refusing to, or not wanting to do the release of prisoners from Guantanamo. So it's really notable that that's the reason that the president fires people for trying to do their job. Secondly, the missions. For goodness sake, yesterday announcing we're going to do this offensive operation in Iraq. That's demoralizing. Everybody knows, Bill, that that's giving the enemy a huge heads up. That's going to give the enemy time to...
Well, that's what they want. They want the enemy to pull out of there. That's why they did it. They don't want to fight them there. They want them to pull out and run away. That's exactly why they did it.
Well, but if I believe that, I think that would be the case. That's not the case. I think they're just going to dig in and they're going to start attacking our supply
maybe that's
routes.
true, but I think that's why they did it. So, Colonel Hunt, why do you think that the popularity of the commander-in-chief is declining?
I think we've been at war for 14 years, and I don't think anybody is popular. I think obviously there's been an awful lot of said about this president, and it's shown up in this survey. It does not mean the morale's down. It means we've been at war for 14 years, and that has to do with the quality of life and the care. The quality of care through the VA and through the hospitals is awful. And guys are still deploying, even now, which that has a lot to do with morale. But the attitude of the president, I'm surprised that normally we don't care. Now, the soldiers don't care who the president is. They do their jobs. I think they don't like the policy. That's fine. I'm not convinced it's a question of like or dislike presidents. Soldiers, in my opinion and in my experience, have not cared who the president is.
I know, but isn't it the perception?
Their jobs are too busy.
I could be wrong about this, but a lot of military people watch this program, okay? We know that. All over the world, Armed Forces Network, everywhere. And we salute everybody who's serving overseas right now. But isn't it the perception, Colonel Hunt, that the U.S. military is constrained, that they can't go after the bad guys, be it in Pakistan, be it in Syria, and that they're sitting around and they want to eliminate the jihadis, but they can't? Doesn't that hurt the commander-in-chief, Colonel Hunt?
There's two answers to that, Bill. We work for civilian authority. That's why one of the great things about this country. Some of what you said has to do with the military leadership and not being aggressive and rules of engagement that are not political. And some of it has, of course, to do with the political leadership. But we had restraints on this military since we've been in Afghanistan and Iraq from the previous administration. This is not new to Obama.
But the perception is that President Obama is a reluctant warrior.
Exactly.
I think that's the perception. All right, Colonel Shaffer, I mean, we have to wrap it up, but I want an update on Bo Bergdahl. You've been our point man on the coverage of that.
Right.
Last time we talked with you, you said in mid-March they're going to announce what they're going to do with the sergeant. Do you have anything for us tonight?
I have been reached out through my Pentagon sources directly on this, and yes, the General Miley is being very thorough, reading through. I'm told that, you know, the one criticism, which is valid, is taking far too long, but it's going to happen. The other notable headline, new update, is that the House Armed Services Committee is reopening its investigation into the whole issue regarding the legality of the trade of the
because
five
Congress
Taliban
wasn't
Bergdahl.
informed, right?
That's right. Well, more than that, there was other options on the table the president could have selected that would have released at least Bergdahl without having to release the five Taliban. I think that's one of the issues they're now looking at.
And you're going to testify in front of that committee?
A rumor is, yes, I will.
Well, when you do, please let us know.
Yes, sir.
And if Milley comes, I'm sure you'll be the first one to know when he's going to make the announcement, because everybody is obviously waiting, want to see what happens.
Pentagon knows that they're waiting. Yes, sir.
Gentlemen, thank you.